Good morning, students. Let's start today's session. In the last class, we discussed a question in which we were asked to find the length of the side of the given square, whose area is already known. So we know that what we do to find the side of this square. We know that area of the square is side squared. So 1024 square units will be equal to a squared. So we have to find a, but we are given value of a squared. So let's see how do we find it. A squared is equal to 1024. To find the value of only a, we have to remove this 2. So for that we can multiply both sides with raised to power half. This we have studied in earlier classes in the chapter exponents and powers. So a 2 multiply raised to power a raised to power 2 multiply half will be cancelled out and we are left with only a, whereas it will be 1024 raised to power half. So a is equal to 1024 raised to power half, and we know anything raised to power half is under root. We discussed this yesterday. So we can write a is equal to under root 1024. So to find the value of a, we have to find the square root of 1024. So to find the square root of 1024, you can employ any of the method either by prime factorization or repeated subtraction. So when we find the square root of 1024, we get what? We know prime factorization of 1024 gives us 10 twos. So let's make pair. There are total 5 pairs. So when we find the square root of 1024, it means square root of 2 squared multiply 2 squared multiply 2 squared multiply 2 squared multiply 2 squared, and we know square root of 2 square is 2. So what do we get here? 2 multiply 2 multiply 2 multiply 2 multiply 2. So when we multiply or find the product of these numbers, we get 32. So 32 is the square of 1024. So we can say that side or length of the side of this square is 32 units. So this is how we can find the side of this square. Now let's start exercise 6.3. We are taking question number 5. We have to find the smallest. Find the smallest whole number by which it should be multiplied so as to get a perfect square number. Also find the square root of the square number so obtained. What we have to do, we have been given a number, and for this number we have to find the smallest whole number that should be multiplied so to get a perfect square number. This is not a perfect square number, so what number should be multiplied with this number to get a perfect square number? So for this we should first prime factorize this number. When we prime factorize this number, we get 2 2 2 2 3 3 and 7. Let's make the pairs. What we got when we prime factorized 1008, Now this will 63 will not be divided by 2 further. So next prime number is 3, and we'll see the division of 63 by 3. So 3 6, 3 2 is 6, 3 1 is 3. Now 3 will go 7 times. 7, and next number will be 7 1s are 7. So total there are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 7 prime factors for this. So let's write it down. 1008 is equal to 2 multiplied 2 multiplied 2 multiplied 2 multiply 3 multiply 3 multiply 7. So let's make pair first. We see that 7 has no pair. 7 is alone. So this is obviously not a perfect square. So what number should be multiplied to make it a perfect square? Yes, we should multiply it by 7. Now each has got pair. So this will be a perfect square number. So let's find the number whose is a square number. It will be 7056, that is 7056. So 7056 is a perfect square, and we got this by multiplying 7 to the given number, and we need to find the square root of this number now. So when we prime factorized it, what we got? 2 multiplied 2 multiplied 2 multiplied 2 multiply 3 multiply 3 multiply 7 into 7. So this means that we have to find the square root of this. So make pair. So when square root is removed, what we get? 2 multiply 2 multiply 3 multiply 7. So what will be the square? Yes, 4 multiply 21, that will be equal to 84. So 84 is the square root of 7056. See, this is how you can find the answer. Next is, we need to find the smallest whole number. Find the smallest whole number by which it should be divided so as to get a perfect square number. Also find the square root of the square number so obtained. In the previous question, we find the smallest number which should be multiplied. Over here we have to find a number which should be divided so as to get a perfect square. So we have been given a number that is 2645. So let's do this question. For this, we first have to find the prime factorization of 2645. So the prime factorization, when we did the prime factorization, what factors did we get? We get 5, 23 and 23. We see that 5 has no pair. So what number should be divided on both sides? We should divide 5 on both sides. So what we are left with, cancel out this. When we divide 2645 with 5, we get 5 to 9. So we get 5 to 9 equal to 23 multiply 23. So for this we have to find the square root of 5 to 9. So what we will do, we will take square root, and we see that 23 is in pair. So square root of 5 to 9 is 23. Question number 7. The students of class 8th of a school donated rupees 2401 in all. Means total rupees that was donated in the Prime Minister's National Relief Fund is 2401. And each student donated as many rupees as the number of students in the class. Find the number of students in the class. So what we have to find? We have to find the number of students in the class. So let's take this number of students be x. We don't know the number of students, so we can take total number of students as x. Read this statement: each student donated as many rupees as the number of students in the class. It means that if there is, suppose this is first student, this is second student, this is third student, fourth student, five student, so each of them donated how many rupees? X. So what will be the total amount? Suppose there are 5 students in the class and each donated x rupees, so how much will be the total amount? It will be equal to 5x. Now there are total x students and each donated x rupees. So now how much money will be it? It will be equal to x into x, that is x squared. So according to the question, total amount in terms of variable it is x squared, whereas total amount given over here is rupees 2401. So that means x squared will be equal to 2401. Now we have to find x, and this will give us the total number of students. So to find the total number of students, we need to find the square root of 2401. So we can write x is equal to under root of 2401. And when we do the prime factorization of 2401, we get this. So we see that on making pairs, we get 7 multiplies 7 multiplies 7 multiplies 7. And square root of this will give us 7 multiply 7, that will be equal to 49. So total number of students are 49.